The greatest shot in NBA Finals history in 2013 by Ray Allen gave us one of the greatest what-ifs of all time. What if Allen misses in Game 6? The Spurs had already rolled the champagne into the locker room. What if they didn't have to roll it back out? What would LeBron James's legacy look like with one more fail in the finals? What about Tim Duncan's place all time if he actually matched Michael Jordan's finals record? Those are just some of the insane what-if questions to get to. Yo, it's Casey, this is AM Hoops, and this is one of the most fun videos that we have done in a while. It's a cool type of Feature Friday. Don't do a lot of what-ifs, but when you have a what-if like this, you have got to break it down. And really, it all came from this tweet that I saw, and if you're an NBA nerd like me, this kind of tweet is gold. I mean, just imagine how different the NBA would be if Ray Allen doesn't hit the most clutch shot in NBA history. It really shows you how legacies are made in the NBA Finals. I mean, we go crazy over the regular season, but all that actually matters is the end of the season. I want to run down every point in this tweet about if Ray Allen missed, but when you look at the actual shot, I am still blown away every single time. It was an elimination game for LeBron's Heat, and the Spurs were up by 10 points in the fourth quarter. Duncan's Spurs do not blow double-digit fourth quarter leads. The pressure was so big because if the Heat lost again in the finals, people like Skip Bayless would be so loud. But even though haters still say Ray Allen saved LeBron's legacy, it was LeBron that led them back. He assisted Mario Chalmers on the first three. He passed to the one-shoed Mike Miller. Then LeBron scored the next 4 to tie the game and blocked Tim Duncan. People who trash LeBron are idiots. But they were still down by 5 with 28.2 seconds to go. The arena started to get roped off for the Spurs championship celebration. That is like preparing a coffin while you're still alive. What a slap in the face. Then, bam! LeBron hits a clutch 3. Kawhi missed one of 2 free throws to give the Heat a chance, and Ray Allen cashed in that chance after a big Chris Bosh rebound. His technique, too, hitting that shot, showed why he was the best shooter of all time before Steph Curry emerged. Ray Allen knew the court so well that he could run backwards without ever looking down, land just behind the three-point line but not out of bounds, and his release was so quick before Tony Parker could really get there to contest. Look at that quick snap release, it's beautiful. And because he hit that shot, the game went to overtime, and Miami won Game 7 in San Antonio for back-to-back championships. Now, LeBron got his second ring, but what if Ray Allen missed? Let's run down the insane list of legacy-changing repercussions. First, Tim Duncan would have the same finals record as Michael Jordan. Now, one obvious problem with this statement is you're counting the next championship, and I'm not sure the Spurs win if they don't have the motivation of losing in 2013. But let's just go with it, okay? So Michael Jordan 6-0, Tim Duncan 5-1. Now, I already have Duncan as the 8th best player all time, ahead of Kobe, behind Bill Russell. And yeah, I got some crap about that, but yeah, I think Tim is better than Kobe because even with the same number of championships, Duncan did it in San Antonio. Kobe had the best NBA market for free agents, LA. Okay, so they're not equal. Now, at 6-0 in the finals, I think Duncan jumps into the top 4, behind Kareem, Jordan, and LeBron. 6 chips is double Larry Bird. Magic Johnson had the best teammates that he could ask for, and he wasn't elite defensively. Bill Russell, a pioneer, but not an offensive genius. Tim would jump all of those guys. Next, LeBron is 3-7 in the finals, and this definitely hurts his legacy. I think it knocks him down from like a top 2 player to top 5. And LeBron haters will say, yep, he got bailed out by Ray Allen and by Kyrie in 2016 against the Warriors. That argument, though, completely ignores the other 99% of the game. On purpose, I think people find a way to degrade LeBron's accomplishments just because they don't like him. They don't bring up John Paxson's shot in 1993 or Steve Kerr's dagger to give Jordan his 5th ring. No, they only bring up big shots by LeBron's teammates because they have a bias against him. I will admit, though, If Ray Allen missed, it would hurt his legacy. But he didn't. He made it, so get over it. Next, Dwayne Wade has only 2 rings. And obviously, this is not as big a deal as LeBron or as Tim Duncan, but D-Wade is the 3rd or 4th best shooting guard all time right now. My list is 1, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Jerry West, Dwayne Wade, Clyde Drexler, Allen Iverson, Klay Thompson, James Harden, George Gervin, Ray Allen. Now I say 3rd or 4th best because Jerry West played both guard positions, whatever. But without 3 rings, Wade would be at least 1 spot behind, below Drexler, or maybe even 2 below, behind Allen Iverson. Next, Kawhi Leonard would have 3 rings. Now this would be huge, okay? In the modern era, after the NBA expanded from 18 to 22 teams, there's a bunch of guys with 3 rings, but there's only 10 all-time greats. So Kawhi would join an elite list of all-time greats that would raise his all-time rank at the end of his career. That list of 10 all-time greats with at least 3 chips since the 1976 merger is Kareem and Michael with 6, Magic, Kobe, and Tim with 5, Shaq and LeBron with 4, Larry Bird, D-Wade, and Steph with 3. Now, the only caveat here is that Kawhi wouldn't have been the best player on one of those teams in 2013, because I think Tim Duncan would have won Finals MVP, but you could also argue that Steph wasn't the best player for 2 of the Warriors' chips, so whatever. The reality is we boil legacies down to like simple numbers, rings, MVPs, that's it. And Kawhi would be 1 notch above. Next, Tracy McGrady would have a ring. This one is completely useless because look, T-Mac only played 6 games that entire playoffs. Most people forget he was on the Spurs, okay? He scored 0 points in total throughout the entire playoffs. He was only 33 years old, but injuries had taken a toll on him, and he was hanging on in the league basically because of his reputation. So this wouldn't have changed anything, really, in NBA history. And T-Mac became a Hall of Famer anyway, so it's all good. But there's much more to be said about the Spurs, and a lot of people say stupid things, and a lot of you may know that I used to work on TV in San Antonio covering the Spurs, and I heard Colin Cowherd, who you may or may not know, he's a sports commentator in the United States. He said one of the stupidest things I've ever heard about Greg Popovich and the Spurs, and I react to it here. Check it out.